Hi, this is Alan from Hawk Dive, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 upcoming games on Steam. These are the games that are captivating, those that we anticipate a lot, and of course, most of these are going to be sequels of games that have been already out for quite some time. So I'm going to go and dive in to the top 10 games and show you exactly what they are and tell you what it is about. So move on. For our first one, of course, we do have the most anticipated Assassin's Creed of the year, which is Assassin's Creed Mirage. If you guys are not yet familiar with Assassin's Creed, where have you been all your life? Because this game is one of the best games that actually teaches some accurate history. And of course, Assassin's Creed Mirage, you have to be ready for the Assassin's Creed series reach historical settings. Once again, players will direct Basim, a charming young street thief, on a transforming path to becoming a master of, being an assassin. So, of course, the fundamentals would stay the same with the older Assassin's Creed game, but this one has its own new story, and of course, it has yet to be revealed some new mechanics as well. This game might come in at around October 2023, and yeah, that's that. Let's go on the next one. Our next game right here is called S.T.A.L.K.E.R or S.T.A.L.K.E.R2, part of Chornobyl. Now this game is set to be out at around December 2023. Platform would be Xbox, PC and all, but of course we have it over at Steam. Now this is the return of the eerie and dangerous exclusion zone in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Of course, Chernobyl's heart is in open world first-person shooter with a lot of different places that is set on the post-apocalyptic setting of the oddities and has a lot of dangerous creatures. So you would have to, of course, navigate to survive and just have very good options of selection and the actions that you do, because you would have to survive, beat everyone in the game, beat every NPC, and of course you have to be adventurous to, of course, enjoy the game. Move on to the next one. The next game that we have is something to kind of chill down a little bit. This game is called the Station to Station. The release date has yet to be announced, and of course this is one of those interstellar journey from the station to station. It looks amazing. It looks like Lego, but it has that kind of feeling into it. It has really nice looking shaders just like Minecraft. But how does the game work? Honestly, myself, I've never heard of this, but since I've been doing my research, this game is actually a really popular type of game, and a lot of people love to, of course, make their own lands, make their own buildings, and create their own stations. Basically, this game has its own puzzles, has its own learning curve of how you can be better. The fourth game that we have on the list is named Starfield. Now, this game is a much long-awaited game from Bethesda, the makers of the Fallout series games. And of course, when you say Bethesda, what more can you expect? It's going to be something that is epic, something that has a lot of content into it, and maybe a lot of bugs too. But of course, it is anticipated because it's from one of the famous branch or brand or corporation that creates game. And this game is set off to space. Literally space. If Fallout is set to Earth, or kind of Earth, this one is set into space. Now, Starfield promised to provide a unique role-playing game experience from the Bethesda's distinctive, amazing storyline, and of course, it'll have amazing touch into the detail. So of course, as you can see right now on the screen, that is when this game is coming up. But make sure you have your calendars ready, because this game is going to be hype AF. So let's move on to the next one. The next one that we have is something that nobody really expected. It's from DC, and it is called the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So it is from the creators of Batman Arkham Knights or Arkham Asylum, but as you would also expect from DC, they would not allow their games to just suck. This game instead goes over and make the Suicide Squad the main game. Suicide Squad together the ultimate anti-hero team and dramatically wants to kill the Justice League. This is a cooperative action adventure game created by Rocksteady Studios, and it effectively gives players the control to Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, King Shark. They just want to kill the Justice League. That's the main deal of this game. Now the gameplay has yet to properly come, but this game would be coming up this year as well, 2023. So be sure you got your superhero calendar ready because you don't want to be missing this game. Another game that a lot of people would probably want to play. So going to the next one. Honestly, the sixth game that we have on the list is the game that I really anticipate. This game again would be available on Steam and it doesn't need any further introduction. You can actually see the gameplay right on the screen right now, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar who this is. This guy Kazuya, and of course Jin Kazama. This game, Tekken 8, coming right up. The best combat game, quote unquote. Would not disagree, would also not agree. Maybe there's a better game, but everybody's waiting for the lore of Tekken. And this is the 8th installment on their series. And of course, they also have the other games that they have, like side games. But this is the latest game that is coming right up in this year as well. It is to be announced. It might be here 2023 late, or it might be early 2024. Now, of course, Tekken 8 offers new mechanics in the game that has yet to be fully announced, but there are already people who have able to play the game on the beta stage over on their headquarters. But of course, not all of us are able to play it. But this game is surely going to be amazing with new mechanics again. And if you have been a lengthy fan of the franchise, you would probably assume it would be the same game. But as always, it gets better. So, one of the best games that I anticipate personally. But I think I would have to move on to the next game that we have here. The next game that we have on the list is called System Shock 2 Remake. So, earlier this year, System Shock got a remake, the first iteration, and it was a highly anticipated recreation of the 1994 action adventure game with its own kind of arcadey cyberpunk style. But this game has been, of course, recreated. Now, people are wondering, there was System Shock 1 and then there was System Shock 2. Now, nothing yet, no information yet released for the System Shock 2 remake, but it would probably come because System Shock Remake, the first one, is really high up in the charts of Steam. So it is one of, let's just say, anticipated upcoming updates or at least upcoming games, prequel or sequel to the game System Shock. Another game that is not really too famous to everyone, but there have been a lot of people who has been waiting for these games. They have their own little fan base. This game is called the Homeworld 3. Of course, the release date is still to be announced, but it is going to be in this year 2023. Homeworld 3 is a much anticipated third installment, of course, of the highly acclaimed Homeworld series that takes you to the depth of space, and it is kind of like a real-time strategy game wherein you cannot win if you don't use your brain. Now, this would, you would have to be able to explore the galaxy and of course participate on epic space conflicts. So you might want to get your hands on this, especially if you do love space games and jet fighting games. This is the game for you. It has high rating on Steam, at least the first two ones, so the Homeworld 3 would probably bring the best of both worlds. I'll see you on the next game though. For our next game, this is called the Aliens Dark Descent. If you guys are familiar with the Aliens, or at least the Predator versus Aliens movie, familiar with that, this kind of takes place in the same Earth or in the same timeline, but this game is of course a game and not a movie. And you're going to be taking control of a group of battle-hardened, attractive, and amazing, and really good colonial marines. And of course, you're going to be facing a lot of different xenomorph on the breakout on planet Leith. Now, players will be battling the player will be battling against the aliens that you are familiar with, or at least have seen with. But as you can see right now in the gameplay, they're using a controller because this game would first go on the Xbox and the PlayStation, and then later this year it'll come on the Steam. Now, this is one of the anticipated games because a lot of people, again, are a big fan of the Alien series, and of course, this will virtually give you your choice and power over what you can do on kind of like the scene of the film, but in the game. Move on to the next one. And the last one on our list. It was announced 2 weeks ago. This game is titled Ghostrunner 2. Ghostrunner 2 is one of those games that is a sequel and has been longly awaited by those who are a fan of the series. That is an action game, and it's going to be another one of those games that is classic vintage with a cyber feeling. Again, ninjas, robotic ninjas, who don't want those? These games are amazing. The graphics are amazing. It is another adrenaline fueled experience in a fast paced gameplay. So, there's going to be a challenging platform type game with amazing aesthetics, with amazing attacks, amazing actions. And this game is just graphically amazing, and the storyline would, of course, be amazing too. That is about it. That is the top 10 games that we have over at Steam, or at least the upcoming games that are anticipated and a lot of people are waiting for. These games are all amazing, especially Tekken 8. Personally, I am a big fan of Tekken and I've been playing it since I was a kid. So Tekken 8 is one of the games that I mostly anticipate. Now, tell me, what is the game that you mostly anticipate on this list? Or if you do have any other games that you have in mind, comment them down in the comment section below. But again, this is Alan from Hawk Dive, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, of course, and have a nice day, of course. Goodbye.